boy, is it officially summer out there. Let's get things rolling. On behalf of the Kentucky Department of Tourism, visit Lex.com, Martin Guitars, and the City of Lexington. Welcome to the Lyric Theater and the 1146th taping session of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. And also a special hello to everybody checking us out online. So glad that you can find us. So now is the time to do so. If you haven't already done so, please turn off your cell phone ringers. Don't want your phones going off during the show. If you'd like to take photos, that's perfectly fine. Just please, no flash photography. Make sure there's a big old slash across that lightning bolt. No flash photography. And make things easier for the crew at the end of the night. Whatever you brought in with you, please take it out. Leave no trace. Now, as many of you know, WoodSongs is an audience participation show. We love to capture your reaction, your laughter, your applause, and you get your own line at the end of the show. We've got mics up here just for you to capture all of it. At the end of the show, Michael will put up his hand like this to let you know to be at the ready, and he'll say, next week on the, and that's your cue to loudly say, WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, followed by lots and lots of clapping. Now we're going to give this a good practice go so Jerome can set the levels in the back. You can get your voices all warmed up. Use those outside voices, whatever you want, need to release, let it out. So here we go. Let's make this count. Next week on the
WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Very, very good. I love it every time you guys do that. Now, as long as nothing goes wrong, the show should be ending in right about an hour, followed by the encore section. There's often a little announcement or story time from Michael. You know the artist will throw down something super special for you, so please stay seated for that encore. Okay. My eyes are on you guys. Are you ready for the show to begin? I think you got more in you. Are you ready for the show to begin? Let's welcome to the stage the host of the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, musician Michael Jonathan.
Hey everybody, welcome to Monday night, and say hello to Jerome Galt, our chief engineer, sitting way in the back in the dark as he does. Thank you all for braving. I heard it was thundering and raining and all that other fun stuff out there, and you guys came out anyway. We're so grateful to you. This is an amazing show, and even more amazing is the crew that puts it together. They're volunteers. They work very hard, and what they've been through today to put this sucker in place, they deserve not just applause, a standing ovation. So certainly give the volunteer crew a big round. I'm a very lucky fella because tonight I'm up on stage with one of the best musicians in the entire state of Kentucky, Miss Ruth McLean from the McLean Family Band. And look how many wires it takes to put together an acoustic broadcast. Just incredible. So your applause, your cheers, your good spirit is on radio and television, literally worldwide. Hundreds of radio stations, American Forces Radio Network as well, in 177 countries on the radio. So what you do with the show is incredibly important. You are representing how 2.5 million folks feel about the music that they just heard. And for those of you that are here for the first time, WoodSongs is not a concert. It's a radio and television broadcast. It's where the artists get a chance to tell their story. So it's music and conversation, and we've got a wonderful WoodSongs kid to introduce to you. So let's get going. And are we ready? What? Okay. We good? Okay. How's everything in audio?
Audio's ready.
TV? Well, there's something. It's funny. We have the old-timey applause sign, and unless we use it, you don't clap. It's like giving you permission to be joyous. See how that works? So it's just a little encouragement. It's a little old-timey radio encouragement from the olden days. So use it as you will. You can applaud and laugh anytime you want, but when you see the sign, hit it. Okay, are we ready now? How's TV? Are we good? Everything else good? All right, here we go.
Support for WoodSong Show number 1146 is provided by the Kentucky Department of Tourism, Martin Guitars, Visit Lex.com, the Lyric Theater, Travel Host Magazine, and our family of WoodSongs partners. Special thanks to the beautiful Clarion Hotel and Conference Center, welcoming visitors to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, celebrating 250 years, and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and wood songs. Take your next vacation trip to the musical state of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is
Hank Williams.
the Drifting Cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
We're going to take a trip into old-time Appalachian Mountains, a very old song made popular by Uncle Dave Macon back in the 1940s. It's called Over the Mountain. I'm always lighthearted and easy, not a care in this world have I, because I am loved by an Ollie, and I couldn't forget if I tried. Well, she lives far away o'er the mountain, where little birds sing on the trees, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me. And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the tree, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me.
And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the tree, and the cabin all covered in ivy, and my Ollie is waiting for me.
Well, the day I bid goodbye to Ollie, that's a day I will never forget, for the tears bubbled up from their slumber, and I fancy I see them yet, and they look like the pearls on the ocean. She wept her tales of love, and she said, my dear boy, don't forget me till we meet here again or above. And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on the tree, and the cabin's all covered in ivy, and my Ollie, she's waiting for me.
And it's over the mountain, where the little birds sing on
WoodSongs is presented in part by our family of WoodSongs partners, by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting people from all over the world to visit our lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, and art festivals, and more. You can explore everything Kentucky has to offer your family vacation online at KentuckyTourism.com. And by Ear Trumpet Labs, handcrafted microphones used by roots music and bluegrass musicians worldwide. Online at eartrumpetlabs.com.
And welcome, everybody, to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater here in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting all over the world, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, and across Canada, celebrating this beautiful, wonderful world of grassroots acoustic. We call it front porch music. And WoodSongs is different from a lot of the other broadcasts featuring music and musicians that you hear out there, because on WoodSongs, the artists get to tell their story. It's not just performing their songs, but you actually get to find out who they are and what they love and why they do the things that they do. And we say it every week, you don't have to be famous to be on WoodSongs. You just have to be very, very good. We've got an incredible bluegrass band on our broadcast, an amazing WoodSongs kid, and first up is a tremendous group that comes from the hills and hollers of Virginia, and they're named after an old Middle Eastern city that rumored that King Solomon had discovered and established this city. So we're going to find out about their name in a minute, but they got a wonderful album called Restless. This is a tune called No Receipt. Please welcome from Virginia, Palmyra, to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Thank you for having us.
Swinging through the fence in the dead of night. When I wake up in the morning light, I won't blink twice. 'Cause time took a chunk of my gratitude. I keep forgetting what I said to you. Life ain't nothing but a bowl of soup, Z's and Q's. I broke down, but there's no receipt. Time don't slow, it's a long straight track. I dove in, now I'm down too deep. There's no more film in the old Kodak. I'm too safe for the modern world. Throw me to the wolves, I could join the herd. I ain't much of a holy man, I won't return. I dog-ear pages, I'm a lender's foe. I can't leave quiet, always slam the door. I'm always looking at the next hurrah, here I go. I broke down, but there's no receipt. Time don't slow, it's a long straight track. I dove in, now I'm down too deep. There's no more film in the old code. Screens keep me up, dreaming of machines that steal my time. I sleep long enough to plug myself back in, hit rewind. Dancing in a far off land, no troubles on my mind. Broke down, but there's no receipt. Time don't slow, know it's a long straight track. I dove in, now I'm down too deep. There's no more film in the old Kodak.
From their album Restless, no receipt of the song Palmyra. Let's say hi to Teddy on the banjo. Teddy, hey. Your band is named after an old town in Syria. So tell me how you guys came up with the name Palmyra.
You know, I wish it was.
Well,
it's
it
not
is.
as exciting of a story. It's named after there's a band called Houndmouth that we all love,
Yeah.
and that we kind of grew up listening to in high school. They have a song called Palmyra that we named our band after.
So
and that's it. That's all.
That's something you named. Well, that's okay. That's all right.
We could make up some crazy story that I think would be kind of fun.
King Solomon is still connected somewhere in all of that.
Right.
Let's say hi to Manoa on the bass. My gosh, you're bowing the bass. It sounds like you're in the middle of an ocean. So how long have you been playing the bass?
I've been playing the bass since I was 10 years old, but I started playing the cello at 4.
So you're sort of combining the upright bass and the cello techniques all at once. Is bowing a big upright bass like that, is that a hard thing to learn? Because for those that you don't know, there's no frets on it. So your fingers have to hit the note. Yeah. You're either on it or you ain't.
It's a hard thing to learn.
Yeah, that's okay. Let's admit it. So tell me about the formation of Palmyra. How did you guys come together?
Yeah, so the three of us here, Teddy, Sasha, and I, we all met in college in Harrisonburg, Virginia at James Madison University. We were in different parts of the music school, and there was a songwriting class that we all took towards the end of our time in school, where we kind of became familiar with each other as writers, and then from there just started playing, and here comes the band.
So Sasha, on the mandolin, now the guitar, you were playing for those listening that heard a very large sound to the mandolin, what were you playing?
So it's a mandocello, which is a mandolin, the scale of a guitar, so the size of a guitar, tuned like a cello. So it has a low C string and a high A string. My buddy, Ward Elliott, who's an incredible luthier in Floyd, Virginia, built it for me out of an old broken Harmony Broadway guitar from the 50s.
It sounds great. Now, you have the guitar now, so musically, does Palmyra, everybody pretty much play different instruments all the time? I mean, you're pretty versatile?
We switch a lot.
You switch a lot. And the new CD, Restless, was this like a long time coming? I mean, are you guys prolific when it comes to writing? Because you met in a songwriting class. Yeah. So is songwriting a preeminent part of your time together, or?
Oh, yeah. Well, the three of us, it typically goes one person writes a song, and then the three of us will meet up and edit it together and arrange it together, and that's how it becomes a Palmyra song, not just one of ours. And we had been working, this was the first time we set out to record a full-length, cohesive record that from front to back we are really proud of and sounds the way we want it to, and we got to put it out with John Prine's family's label, Oh Boy, and that was the coolest
That's
thing.
what I was getting to. Now, you guys are signed to John Prine's label. That's a big deal. You know, you're part of a legacy with all of that. So we're happy for you for that. The album is wonderful. It's called Restless. This is a tune they're going to perform called Shape I'm In. It's Palmyra from Virginia on the WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
I've been writing down every move I make and every waking thought, and I still haven't found a through line. How can I explain when all the words have escaped me? I'm sorry for the mess, I'm sorry for the shape I'm in. And every hour on the hour I have some revelation, a communion with power that I cannot get a break from. Damn the experts and the healers and my friends. I'm sorry that I yelled, I'm sorry for the the shape I'm in. I put to bed the name my parents gave to me. Oh, and I was once a boy, and I will be grown up when I get there. Tell your God I've not forgotten how you made me. I'm sorry for my face, I'm sorry for the shape I'm in. And when I wish that I was gone and I had spent all that you gave to me, I ugly cried the whole way home. I don't know how I made it. Damn the interstate and the hospital and the road I take to work. I'm sorry for the hurt, I'm sorry for the shape I'm in. When the river freezes over in the middle of the summer heat and I am in the throes of it, I'm up too late, I'm lower than I've ever been. Lower than last time. I'd found my center and my stride, and for a minute it had evened out. Told everyone that I was in control and I could hold it in my hands wide. Lower than last time. And I swore I heard the angels sing, lo, the Savior comes. I ignore the flashing lights and warning signs, drifted higher than I've ever been before. Higher than last time. And the clockwork of my illness is a sick joke I could laugh about until I cry. So won't you take a look? Won't you take a long one? Don't you turn away. Leave a porch light and a pot on. I cannot behave. I know I give less than I ought to. I know I cannot ask for you to stay, but I've got to. I'm sorry for the mess. I'm sorry for the shape I'm in.
Beautiful song. From their album Restless, it's called The Shape I'm In, all the way from Virginia, Palmyra. If you want to know more about the music of Palmyra, their tour schedule, how to make their music part of your home music collection, all you have to do is go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1146. We'll tell you all about Palmyra and our next artists that are ready to go as well. And there's nothing in bluegrass more hardcore than a Kentucky bluegrass band. And that's what we've got. They've got an album called Skin and Bone. This is a tune called Black Smoke Annie. Please welcome Tidelwave Road to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Black smoke and it set my heart on fire. Black smoke.
song is called Black Smoke Annie from their album Skin and Bone. It's Tidelwave Road, and let's say hi to the banjo player Ben Parker. How you doing, Ben?
Doing fine.
So now you have an interesting day gig. I don't know if you're still doing it or not, but for quite a while you'd be cutting hair.
Well, I play music for a living, but I cut hair so I can pay my electric bill.
That's right.
I've got my kids used to it. You know.
Everybody needs a day gig.
That's
right.
right.
Especially now, the music world has really changed, and it's hard for a lot of artists to be in music full time without that extra help. Now, Ben, you have an interesting situation in your group with Carly.
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about the relationship between you and Carly, the mandolin player.
Well, we've been cousins since we was little bitty kids. And actually, him and the bass player are non-identical twin brothers.
I was going to say I was getting there, but now there's a family thing going
Mm-hmm.
on. And so let's say hi to Carly, the mandolin player. So you're a twin brother to Dan Parker.
You're correct.
Right. So which of the two is the better looking?
I like to think I am.
Well, the bass player just raised his hand. So, and there was a lot of musical in it, but you guys, it's not like you started when you were like 9 and 10. You kind of started a little, kind of comparatively late in life, right?
Right, correct.
So get close to the microphone. How old were you when you started playing mandolin and music?
I was probably 8.
About 8 years old.
When I started playing mandolin.
Right, and Dan in the background, just hollered out. When did you start playing bass?
12 years ago.
So you were about 80.
Yeah.
Like 34 or something.
Right. So in other words, what we're trying to tell the audience is you don't have to start when you're 10 and 11 years old. You can start later on. And so this album, Skin and Bones, is Skin and Bone. I mean, this is an act of love, right?
Correct.
And how long does it take for you to put an album together as a group?
It took us. We've been working on that album since last fall, almost a year, and we finally got it completed.
Well, congratulations. There's a lot of work to do this thing they call playing.
Absolutely.
Right? Well, we're going to talk to the guitar player in the second half hour as well. We're going to include everybody in the conversation. But let's get back into your music. It's a new album. It's called Skin and Bone. This is a tune off the album called Not Okay, My Brother. It's Tidelwave Road on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
I remember the little man with a cane pole in his hand. He was the happiest boy in the world. With his mother and daddy at home and a big old world to roam. He just waiting in that river deep and cold. Now I am not okay, my brother. There's a battle raging on in my head. River runs faster as you get old, full of swirls and dangerous shoals, but ride it best as you can and you'll pull through. Just work real hard from dawn till dusk, never broke, but it's always tough, and be grateful for the love you come to know. Now I am not okay, my brother. There's a battle raging on in my head. And now I'm lying here tonight, my hands are weak, my chest is tight, and by
the great state of Kentucky. Tidelwave Road, Not Okay, My Brother is the name of the song. We've got a wonderful broadcast going on. We've got an amazing group from Virginia as well. Palmyra is here. Oh, and wait until you meet this week's WoodSongs Kid. We will be back right after this.
You're listening to WoodSong Show number 1146, broadcasting around the world by the foothills of Appalachia and Lexington, Kentucky. If you would like to attend a WoodSongs broadcast, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com. We'll be back after the break with Palmyra, Tidelwave Road, and our amazing WoodSongs Kid on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. WoodSongs is presented in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism and VisitLex.com, inviting families from all over the world to celebrate Lexington's 250th anniversary year. WoodSongs is an all-volunteer multimedia front porch for artists worldwide. You can visit our archive of past shows, attend a broadcast while in Kentucky, or become a WoodSongs partner from our website, woodsongs.com.
Hi, this is Tim O'Brien, and you're exploring the world of grassroots music with folk singer Michael Jonathan here on WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And thank you so much, Tim O'Brien. Welcome back, everybody, to our broadcast here at the Historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky, is the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the beautiful Appalachian Mountains, where so much of this wonderful music does come from. We're broadcast on hundreds of radio stations around the world, like Dublin City FM in Dublin, Ireland, KEOS, College Station, Texas. We're also on 98.1 The River in Asheville, North Carolina. We never give props to our Kentucky stations like WEKU, WUKY, WMMT, and so many others that broadcast this show all over the world. We're also on American Forces Radio Network, of which this show on the radio, 2 different channels in 177 nations, from South Korea to Kuwait, plus every single military base in the world, every U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel sailing in North America gets to hear this broadcast. And as always, especially these days, we want to say hello to all the men and women out there that are tuning in, the fans, the public that get to hear WoodSongs on American Forces Radio. We're on public television coast to coast, the RFD television network nationwide. We are also in schools. If you're a teacher or a homeschool parent, we encourage you to go to the WoodSongs website, click on the classroom page. We've got some amazing things in store that you can use this show to introduce your kids to this wonderful world of front porch music. And that's why this time, every single broadcast, we invite a youngster from somewhere in America gets to come on the show and sing and perform one song in front of seasoned touring artists like Tidelwave Road, like Palmyra. And today we've got 14-year-old banjo picker Reese Carroll. Let's say hi to Reese. 14 years old. Reese, how long have you been playing the banjo?
I've been playing the banjo since I was about 7 years old.
But half your life. Half your life. Who are your banjo heroes? Every musician has a hero that excites them and makes them want to kind of, not copy them, but kind of be like them, right? So who are your heroes?
The one and only legendary J.D. Crowe.
J.D. Crowe, okay. Now, there's a reason why J.D. Crowe would probably be very important to you, because he was from Nicholasville, Kentucky, right? Where are you from?
Nicholasville, Kentucky.
Nicholasville, Kentucky. So that's how that works. So artists like J.D. Crowe, Flatt Scruggs, even Doc Watson, Ricky Skaggs, right? These are all the artists that you emulate from. Yes, and for a young boy, why bluegrass and stuff? Why not, Metallica and stuff like that?
I never really understood that kind of music, but I was more attached to bluegrass and old country music. It's just something that I can't explain how great that all this music is.
You can't explain love, but you know it when you feel it, right?
Yes, sir.
That's how that works. All right, so you are going to play a good old time called Dear Old Dixie, a good old banjo instrumental. You ready to do that?
Yes, sir.
He's 14 years old. He's from Kentucky. His name is Reese Carroll, this week's WoodSongs Kid. Dear Old Dixie's the name of the song. Reese Carroll, 14 years old, this week's WoodSongs Kid. If you've got a youngster that you think belongs on our broadcast, if you're the parent or the guardian of that kid, we want to hear about it. Send us a simple YouTube clip or something like that. Just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the kids page. We listen to every submission that comes in. We think these WoodSongs kids are absolutely wonderful. Very proud of all of them. We're also very proud of our new friends from Virginia. They're called Palmyra. This is a tune called Palm Readers. Please welcome them back to the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Talk to myself like you talk to a kid after they've done a bad thing. I wish you would talk to me tender, forgot and remembered when you told me to get yourself together, man. Early hours of the morning, tossing and turning, everyone else in this house is asleep. Wish I could turn on the TV, pretend like the host on the Late Show is talking to me, and I'm so damn lonely tonight. Talk to God in the parking lot, I'm killing my lunch break. I do my best work when I'm in the weeds. Told you I'm getting better. I spent all of December in a room full of friends trying to learn how to breathe. 81 back to Richmond, drive all over Virginia. I hate it, I love it, I don't think I'll ever leave. I'm alone in the attic, going through dad's stuff. He looks a lot like me, and I'm so damn lonely tonight. So damn lonely tonight. So darn lonely. Palm readers and bad dives, tracing the past lives. Told her you're close, but ain't you tired, kid? Spent all my money on dumb stuff. You caught me, oh, it's funny. I'm laughing, I think you cracked my ribs. Talked myself off the ledge last night. I hold my head in my hands when it spins. Paint me pretty, my eyelids. Silence, you look so tired, kid. And I'm so damn lonely tonight. hair backing out of my mouth. I can't breathe, not for lack of trying. Take me with you, I could use a shower. Tell me where I'm gonna be in 20 some odd hours. I can't breathe, not for lack of trying. Could you keep your knuckles close to mine? Pick me up, don't put me down. My hair backing out of my mouth. I can't breathe, not for lack of trying. Could you keep your knuckles close to mine? Take me with you, I could use a shower. Tell me where I'm gonna be in 20 some odd hours. I can't breathe, not for lack of trying. Oh, I'm trying, and I'm so damn lonely tonight. I'm so damn lonely tonight. Oh, I'm so damn lonely tonight. I'm so lonely.
Beautiful song from a great album called Restless. That was Palm Readers, Palmyra, and you guys, Manoa, let me talk to you for a second, because a lot of the songs, and we had a song in the first half hour that was called Shape I'm In, which was about a lot of your songs deal with the struggle, personal demons, if you want, you know, things that happen to people in life are not always easy, right? And you kind of went through a tough time with a friend of yours that you lost.
Yeah.
And your bandmates had to come and kind of support you, right?
Yeah. While we were on the road in Buffalo, New York, a couple years ago, childhood friend that I was living with at the time, and we've known each other our whole lives, we were sound checking, and I got a phone call from our other roommate, and he's one of those people that doesn't really call. And so when I saw that on stage during sound check, you just know something's wrong. And I picked up the phone and found out that our friend had taken their life. And being so far away from home, when you find something out like that is never ideal, but I had Ted and Sasha here, and playing that song every night is nice because you get to remember that person.
You know, a band is very much like a family. You know, it is like a close-knit group, not just musically, but personally. And so having that support system around you, I'm sure was very vital, especially at that time. But a lot of your songs have to do with overcoming the pressures of just normal life, right? So, I mean, Sasha, how would you explain the lyrics of a lot of your songs?
We're just trying to figure this thing out, this thing being alive, and it kicks our butts sometimes. But we're just trying to work it out, and luckily we can do it together.
Well, that is nice. And part of working it out is having those around you that love what you do, and then, you know, being on Oh Boy Records on John Prine's label. How did that happen? I mean, there's very few artists get signed to anything because there's very few labels signing anybody. So how did the relationship with Oh Boy happen?
We sent them our tunes, and we were fortunate enough that they listened to them. And they got back to us and said they were stoked and they wanted to hear us live. So we drove to Nashville in a snowstorm a couple years ago. We didn't think we were going to get to play the gig, and we got to play it for Jody Whelan of Oh Boy, John Prine's stepson. And it was really awesome to get to.
I can't tell you how rare that is in the music world anymore for something like that to happen.
Yeah.
So let's check out the album that Oh Boy Records, John Prine's label, really wanted to get behind and believe in. The album is called Restless. This is a tune called Arizona. It's Palmyra on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
I was in
in a haze in Arizona. Come back, won't it come back? Hours felt like days, and I was happy for the first time in a while. I was at a payphone in Sedona, calling someone, falling up over my head. And back to Boston, leave me in the desert, please. Leave me open, Arizona. Leave me open, Arizona. I was on the highway looking backwards in my rearview mirror. Purple stained the cliffs and took the blue right out from underneath my feet. Leave me open, Arizona. Leave me open, Arizona. Kinda sad to think that I'll forget this view someday. Lose the little things more every time we sleep. Write them down and take a picture, but it's not enough. I'll have a drink out in the desert, morning coffee, born again, inside the head of someone unsure of who they're supposed to be. Leave me open, Arizona. Leave me open, Arizona. Leave me open, Arizona. Leave me open, Arizona.
Great song, great album, Palmyra, all the way from Virginia. If you want to know more about the music of Palmyra, all the artists that you hear on WoodSongs, you just go to the WoodSongs website, click on the archive page. This is show number 1146. We'll tell you about Palmyra, as well as these guys. They're a good Kentucky band, the way bluegrass is supposed to be played. They've got an album called Skin and Bone. This is Low Down and Lonesome. It's Tidelwave Road on the WoodSongs Old Time Radio.
Down and lonesome, lower than Death Valley, bottom of the sea, lonesome as a night owl staring back at me. Almost died now, how I cried when she walked out on me. I didn't see it coming, boy, as blind as I could be. Low down and lonesome, low down and lonesome, low down and lonesome. understand them lonely nights when I was not around. My life's out on the road, on from town to town. Swore to make it up to her, I only let her down. Now I'm the king of broken hearts, I don't wear no crown. Go down and lonesome. Go down and lonesome. Go down and lonesome. Must have heard the rumor I found somebody new. Now time has turned the tables and she's the one who's blue. Well, I'm up here on the mountain and I sure enjoy the view. And she's down there in the valley walking in my shoes. Go down and lonesome. Low down and lonesome, low down and lonesome. Low down and lonesome. Low down and lonesome.
Low Down and Lonesome from their album Skin and Bones. I'm trying to put your voice, Ben, in kind of a perspective. It's as if Dan Tyminski had a threesome with Chris Stapleton and Dave Evans. And
I like Dave Evans. I like all those guys.
Dave
That does
Evans
sound
is a unsung hero in the world.
He's one of my
bluegrass.
favorites.
Speaking of unsung heroes, standing next to you is Robert Suffridge on guitar. And he has interesting musical taste. Tony Rice, obviously, but B.B. King and Carlos Santana?
Yes, sir.
So how does that all translate into bluegrass?
Well, I started out playing bluegrass at 6-year-old, and of course, like most kids, I was obsessed with Tony. But I got to a point where I was playing festivals, and I was over there racing songs because somebody had just done my solo, because I was just copying what Tony was doing. So I walked away from that into blues, and then really started learning how to take what's in my heart and express it, because that's really what music's about, right?
Sure, B.B. King's a good influence for anybody, I would think. Now, speaking of influences, there's something called Sam Jam, and you guys kind of placed in Sam Jam, and that won you some recording session time with Pine Castle Records.
Yes, sir.
And you're going to do a song from that album that you recorded called the Bonfire Session. Bonfire is the name of the studio, right?
That's correct.
All right, it's from Bonfire Sessions, this is called Time and Money. Of course, the mantra of every bluegrass band in America, right? Time and Money, it's Tidelwave Road on WoodSongs, Old Time Radio.
I spent all my time making money. She spent all my money making time. Well, one thing I know, nothing's so long. The only thing I've got now is time. if I had 30 years, like a bird I'd fly from the cell. I'd visit her grave and all around night and say, you're dead, but I'm doing well. I spent all my time making money. She spent all my money making time. Well, one thing I know, that's so long. The only thing I've got now is time. And I loved her so much. I would do anything, but I could not turn to walk away. When I called her that night down an old dirt road with a young man named Bobby Craig, I spent all my time making money. She spent all my money making time. Well, one thing I know, that's for certain long. The only thing I've got now is time. Well, one thing I know, that's for certain long. The only thing I've got now is time. Oh, Lord.
It's the pride of Williamsburg, Kentucky. Not too far from Corbin, the land of Kentucky Fried Chicken. We've got Tidelwave Road. So glad that they could be with us. And wasn't Palmyra absolutely wonderful? Teddy, Manoa, Sasha, Samir, all the way from Virginia, and their beautiful new album called Restless. And as always, our amazing WoodSongs kid this week, Reese Carroll and his banjo. There's so much good music, there's so many things going on, and you know what, when you look at the world, it's how complicated it feels, how stressful it looks. Sometimes you're afraid to turn on the news because what is happening next, you wonder, and sometimes it's the music of the front porch, the atmosphere of the front porch, the music of folks like Tidelwave and Palmyra and our WoodSongs kid. That is the calming influence of art. It's the beautiful, calming nature of art. Even when we were talking to Palmyra and the stress that one of their bandmates went through. Music and art is a good healing thing. And in the 1600s, around 1650, Malaria, a French playwright, said that the greater the obstacle, the greater the victory. No matter what you're going through, when you use music, when you use art, that's the most beautiful victory in the world. So we encourage everybody to pick up that instrument, 3 chords in the truth, and you'll be surprised how powerful the stage of the front porch can be. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer. We'll see you next week on the Woods. Old Time Radio. Good night.
You've been listening to WoodSongs podcast number 1146. Michael's opening song was Over the Mountain from the WoodSongs album featuring Ruth McLean on upright bass and vocals. Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Our TV director is Maria Claridge. Technical assistants are Brian Klausing, Eric Anderson, Dan Field, and Gavin Clark. The WoodSongs crew member of the week is Hayden Heavenstrite. And our WoodSongs partners of the week are Jane and John Culler. Our show is produced with the support of Martin Guitars, the Kentucky Department of Tourism, and VisitLex.com, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky. Special support provided by Highbridge Free Water, Clarion Hotel, Nate's Coffee, and Travel Hosts Magazine. WoodSongs and the WoodSongs Support registered trademarks of Radio Aubrey Music and distributed worldwide by the WoodSongs Radio Network and PRX, the Public Radio Exchange. For Michael Jonathan and the entire WoodSongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you'll join us again next week for the WoodSongs Old Time Radio Hour. The online version with songs is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLux.com and KentuckyTourism.com, inviting fans and families worldwide to attend our live broadcast tapings at the Lyric Theater in historic Lexington, Kentucky. The encore section's next. You can support our musical mission by becoming a WoodSongs partner. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
The amazing Dorothy. Give her a big round of applause. Give yourselves a big round of applause. You're a wonderful audience. You guys were very energetic. We appreciate you. Didn't Palmyra, Tidelwave Road, our WoodSongs kid, they did a great job tonight. Thank you, guys. So they're each going to do encores for you. We're going to go in reverse order. We'll start with Tidelwave Road, and then our WoodSongs kid. Reese, you were wonderful tonight, and then we'll end the evening with Palmyra. We got a couple of really cool announcements to make in between the songs. So Tidelwave Road, what are you going to play for everybody?
This is the song that's off our first album. This is one that I wrote that we put together called I'll See You There.
You know, before you go, before you play the song, which I'm glad, we brought up the name Dave Evans. Mm-hmm. Very few know who Dave is. Mm-hmm. What a magnificent East Kentucky banjo player, his voice, his rendition of Pastures of Plenty is bone-chilling.
He could get down and the veins would pop out of his neck and his face would get red, and it was pure emotion.
Very troubled.
Ground up. He was we got to see him live a few times.
Did you?
I swear this I actually got to cut his hair one time. he can't, yeah, it was crazy.
He didn't have much.
I told the guy,
it was a quick haircut.
I got a crazy Dave Evans story, and he looked at me and said, "Brother, we all got crazy Dave Evans."
Yeah, well, he had some trouble in his time.
He was
one of the early artists on WoodSongs when we were back in Kevin Johnson's little studio with 12 and 15 people sitting on cushions, and we had apple cider and cookies to bribe people to come to WoodSongs on Monday night. And Dave Evans was one of the very first artists we had on the show.
I never got to know him well. I did get to meet him a few times. He invited us to his camp one night at the Poppy Mountain, and we played there. And then, I got to just talk with him. The shop I worked at wasn't far from where he was sick at the time, and he was going to the doctor a lot. And he came by there, and I picked his brain. I tried to get the words of some of the songs, but he was holding straight on some of them.
Everybody go to YouTube, look up Dave Evans' Pastures of Plenty, and get ready to have your bones shook. What he does with that song, right? It's incredible. Tidelwave Road, play for us. Good job, guys. Thank you. So Tidelwave Road, Palmyra, Reese, they're all going to be in the lobby when the show's done after the encores are finished, so please don't feel like you have to leave right away. They're going to be out there. Certainly say hello to them if you want to take some of their music home with you. They would love that. Remember, the artists that come on WoodSongs are volunteers as well, and so certainly supporting them and their music is important. Now, before we get to our WoodSongs Kid, next week, this coming Monday, there's no WoodSongs because of the holiday. So crew gets the night off. Everybody's going to be cooking out or doing whatever they enjoy doing on the holiday weekend. When we come back, July 14, and then the next week, which is the 23rd, those are 2 nights of WoodSongs family special events. All tickets are free. There's 2 tapings of WoodSongs Kids each night. Season 3 just launched to PBS stations nationwide this week. So we start taping Season 4 in July. Here's what's interesting. WoodSongs Kids received the official endorsement of Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. That's big. The way public television is introducing the show to affiliates is Mr. Rogers meets the Grand Ole Opry, which is a wonderful description. They're not likening me to Mr. Rogers. They're talking about the format of the show. It's a kids' show, but it's very much like the Grand Ole Opry. The kids get to perform, and Reese, you were part of a WoodSongs Kids episode as well. So we encourage everybody to come, bring your family, friends, your neighbors to see. These kids are incredible, and they come from all over the country, and Reese, you're one of them. So what are you going to play for everybody?
I'm going to play Bugle Call Rag.
Play it. Reese, get back to the microphone for a second. So before the show, you decided to do the other Dear Old Dixie, because you were more comfortable with that song.
Yes, sir.
What was uncomfortable about this?
That's a very good question.
You did great, my man. You did great.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
This is why the WoodSongs Kids, this segment of the show became the most popular part of the WoodSongs broadcast, which is why it morphed into the WoodSongs Kids public television series. So around here, you can watch it on KET Saturday mornings. The Kentucky Channel airs it, I think, 6 times a week as well. On top of that, it's on the air all over the country. Central New York State gets it on their PBS station Saturday mornings as well. So there's such a nice way to have the kids have their own platform, their own stage, so that we can show them off a little bit. A couple other things too. Troubadour concert series continues on at the Kentucky Theater. The great guitarist Tommy Emmanuel is coming in October. Over the Rhine is coming for a big holiday show. In December, you can look for concerts by the Indigo Girls, Mac McAnally, Marty Stewart, and a bunch of others coming in 2026. Speaking of that, we're able to announce tonight, you're the first to hear this, WoodSongs exists because of our family of WoodSongs partners. Without you, there is no WoodSongs, but you can't carry the whole load, so we need other help. Because even though it's all volunteer-run, satellite feeds and digital transfers and all the stuff that goes on with delivering a show like this to public television and RFD television and American Forces Radio Network worldwide, doing 40 shows a year, we need extra help too. So we're very grateful for the help of Martin Guitars, Visit Lex, who is the Lexington tourism folks, and today we're able to announce that Kentucky Tourism, Governor Beshear, the Secretary of Arts and Heritage, and Commissioner Manjit from the Department of Kentucky Tourism have officially announced that they're sticking with WoodSongs all the way to 2028. We're very happy about that. So, Palmyra, thank you guys very much for coming. And what are you going to play? You're the last song of the night. What are you going to play for everybody?
Thanks so much for having us. We're going to play our tune, Happy Pills. Sit still, I think my happy pills are wearing on. I blame myself, I blame my doctors, didn't care, no. I love the holidays, I love to work, but I need a few months off. I think you were on to something when you told me you don't think I'm mad. We aren't dead yet, but we're not far from it, honey. You don't want to end up like every other kid that grew up with their head in the gutter. We aren't dead yet, but we're not far from it. I'll call your mama on your way home from work. One day I wish that you could tell her you love her. Signed a leash in Floyd, Virginia, with a hunky-dory man of God named Roger. He's an evangelist. I lied about my faith, and now I'm damned. Oh, hell! I love people, please. I always tell them what you want to hear. That I work hard, I can't complain. I love my family, and I'm almost there. We aren't dead yet, but we're city, and I swear that I'm never going back again. I left my debit card, I left the 58, and I left my stone-faced, stone-cold heart. I drove back to Roanoke, I hope my Pennsylvania people start aware. They start aware. We aren't dead yet, but we're not far from it, honey. How you don't want to end up like every other kid that grew up with their head in the gutter. We aren't dead yet, but we're not far from it. I'll call your mama on your way home from work. One day I wish that you could tell her you love her, Mom. One day I wish that you could tell her you love her. One day I wish that you could tell her you love her.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed.